Sitka valerian can be a relatively tall plant. Usually by the time it's budding, it will be about 12 to 28 inches tall. However, it also happens to be a particularly beloved snack of the deer that roam the mountain, so it's not uncommon for the hungry animals to come along and chomp off the entire top of the plant, making it much shorter, of course, and also removing the inflorescence and any sign of what phenophase it might have been in. And that's why we have you note obvious herbivory. More on that in the data collection video. So this is in the same family as Gray's lovage, the Apiaceae or carrot family, but the leaflets on Sitka valerian are not as finely divided, so unlike Gray's lovage, they don't look as fern-like. Check out the lookalikes video for additional tips. The thing that's characteristic about plants in the carrot family is that their flowers grow in clusters called umbels, which you can see sort of poofing out at the top of this illustration. Each umbel of Sitka valerian consists of a tight cluster of buds that are usually pink in color, and as they develop into the flowering phase, they will lose that blush and become little white trumpet-shaped blooms that are fairly loose and have long whiskery stamens that extend out beyond the edges of the petals. Stamens are the pollen-bearing parts of a flower. And the last photo here shows both the fruiting and seed release phases together, which is in fact often how you'll see them. Let's take a closer look at that. If you remember that the flowers of Sitka valerian have a kind of trumpet shape with a tube at the bottom that flares out at the top, that tubular part is where the ovary is. And so that is the part that is going to turn into the fruit. And as you can see, the fruit are pretty much exactly that same long tube shape, usually slightly reddish. Here's just a little bit of a close-up view of what the fruit look like. Finally, when the seed release phase is in progress, what you'll see are these beautiful, delicate little anemone-shaped structures emerging from the tops of the tubes like fluffy crowns. Here's a slightly closer view of that beautiful tuft, which of course has evolved to help the seeds fly away on the wind. And as always, when all of those structures have gone, the plant is done and the seed release phase is over.